Hello, welcome to GOT, Good Old Tech. Today we're going to do some editing on the Samsung Z Fold 5. And the reason why we're going to do it on the Z Fold 5 because it is awesome for that with the large canvas. Now this video editing that I'm going to be doing, you could do on just about any Android device. You just got to download an additional app or use the built-in apps that are in the device itself. So let's check this out. On the Z Fold 5, you typically just go to the gallery. Now on all Samsung devices, the gallery is where they keep all the photos. Now I like using the pin on the Samsung because it makes it easier to just pinpoint things, pun intended. Now they got these two photos here, and I like them both. They're okay. My son took these photos, and he did a good job. However, it's not really the focal that I like. Here, it's a little too zoomed in. You don't get to see the nice mountainside and everything, the whole landscape like you do in this one. And I don't know, I just don't like that cropped image. If you try to crop it down, you're going to lose a lot. To fit it in an 8x10, it's just not going to work. Okay, and then also I hate this binocular thing in the image. Now, what you could do with things are in the image that you don't like is simple. On this, I'm going to edit it out. You hit the edit button, which is that pen, and then there's the three dots here. If you hit that, you can erase an object. Now, this is really cool. You can zoom in so you can get a better look at it. I'm going to take this image and I'm just going to outline it with my pen. I'm going to get the shadow as well. Let's get this whole thing. Get as close as you can so most of it stays natural. Get that out of there, erase it. Boom, gone. And let's go ahead and erase this grate while we're at it because I don't like it being in the picture either. So let's just erase that little grate. Check it out. Pretty cool. So as you can see, the photo looks really good with all that stuff missing. However, I don't really care for this photo itself. So I'm going to cancel that out. And what I really want to do is I want this photo, because when you zoom in on this photo, we're fairly clear. Okay, this was taken with a, well, clearly a smartphone because I'm holding a 35mm camera there. It was taken with the Z Fold 5. So when you go over here and you zoom in on this photo, we're pretty blurred. So we can't really enlarge this any there and do anything with that photo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine the two photos. And the way to do that is, first thing I'm going to do is I want to capture this image of us. Now I'm going to show you something here. If you hold and press on a Samsung device, you can actually cut out an image. But there's something wrong here. Let's look a little closer. If I hold that, look at it, missed my shoulder. I can't have my shoulder missing. So let's try something else. Let's go ahead and take this photo, and I'm going to let Samsung do its magic coloring of the photo. I think that it took out my shoulder because it was bleached out too much. And then let's also go ahead and let's crop in a little bit and see what happens. Let's go ahead and save it. Now let's see what happens if I hold and press. Ah, see there? Got the whole thing that time. Now I'm going to save the image. Now the image is saved. Now if you go back here, you can see there's the image of us and there's the other image. Now, how am I going to get us in there? It's simple. There's another app that I like to use. It's called Sketchbook. And I can use the pen here and just pull it up. Sketchbook. You can download Sketchbook on the Play Store, and I will go ahead and leave a link to the Play Store of that app down in the description. So in this app, all you do is you use this toolbar up here, and up here you've got this thing where it says plus photos. Okay, so I'm going to add a photo. Hit that button with the pen, I think. All right, and then over here it says photos, so I'm going to hit the photos there, and I'm pulling. This is my base photo. This is the photo I want to change. I'll go ahead and hit the check mark. That's the one I want to use, and then I'm going to select another layer. These are what they call layers. You can layer photos on top of photos. So I'm going to layer this other photo. So I'm going to bring it in. The other photo being the one where we're cropped out. I'm going to lay it right over it. Hit the check mark. That it's done. Now you can see here's the layers. Now the way this works is the layer on top is the layer on top. So I'm going to take this, drag it on top. See, now that layer is on top, which is excellent. Now I'm going to go ahead and See, I can't drag us yet. Matter of fact, it just wrote on there, so I'm going to go ahead and backtrack. What you want to do to be able to drag you is, number one, the layer has to be selected here, and then there's this crosshair. Now I can drag us wherever I want us. You'll see there, and I can zoom this in. Now, one thing I could do from here if I wanted to is I could crop out that bag, or actually that's a mask. We were in mask mandates back then. South Dakota didn't require it, but you can actually clean that out if you want to. But instead, I'm just going to take us and move us down here because we don't really need all that. And I just want to make sure that I cover us in the background. Now I can resize this any size I want. Of course, that would be too overbearing. So I think just large enough to where we're clearly in the photo. And even if you zoom in on this, you get a nice clear image of us right there in the center. I think that looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the check mark to finish that. And now if I want to zoom in on us, I can, to see if it missed any, because sometimes it might miss on the cropping, but it did really good on this cropping. So I don't have to do any additional changes. So that's really nice. If by chance you had to change something, let's say, I don't know, there was something additional that you needed to get out, you could just hit the eraser here and you can just erase my hand. Whatever you erase from this layer will see through to the next layer. Okay, so that's really nice. So you can always edit out whatever you want to edit out. Let's say you have somebody in the photo that you didn't want, you can edit them out at this point if you want to. Okay, so there we go. So that's the photo that I really want to have now. We were there at Mount Rushmore, and you can see it's us, and it's a much clearer image. So now from here, I'm just going to save it, and I'm going to actually share it is what I found. It's the best way to do it, and I'm going to save it to the device. Okay, and you can name it anything you want to at this point, but I'm not going to name it here. There it is. It's saved to the device. Now all I got to do is go back into Photos. So you go back into Photos, hit the gallery, and there's that photo now. Right there. It's in the photo gallery. So there you have it. That's editing on the Z Fold 5. Again, like I said, you could do this on other Android phones, but it's really nice on the Z Fold 5 because you could use a pen. You could use it on the Z Fold 4 as well, and you have a larger canvas. Now, after doing this on the Z Fold 5, I have a challenge, a fun challenge for anybody out there. I'm just having fun here, so don't take it other than that. But I challenge anybody that has a Pixel Fold that can do something similar. I'd like to see you take a photo like I did, maybe combine a couple of photos. How simple is it? Is it quick and easy? Does it come out really nice like this? I want to see that video. I cannot make it happen on my Pixel 6 Pro, so I'm not quite sure if it can happen on the Pixel Fold. So with that being said, I really think that the Z Fold 5 really takes the lead here on photo editing. So if you don't have a Pixel Fold, but you know somebody that does, share this video with them. I like to get somebody to take this challenge and see what you can do on the Pixel Fold. And I won't judge on the fact that they don't have a pen. They can do it all with your finger. If you enjoy this video, please let me know by smashing that like button down below. And while you're there, go ahead and subscribe if you haven't already for more great content. I'm going to start doing a lot more tutorial videos on these smartphones, especially as we get into the holidays. So you might want to make sure to subscribe and come back for more. If you've never tried editing on a smartphone, you've got to try it. Thanks for being with me today. Have a wonderful day, and God bless.